Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amateur bout contracted at a weight of 165 pounds. Introducing first in the blue corner, representing Yamaji's Dojo in St. John, making his debut tonight, Josh LeBlanc. And in the red corner, representing Fit Plus and fighting out of Truro, Nova Scotia. Put your hands together for the fighter making his debut tonight, Isaiah Bernard. The referee will now give both fighters their instructions.
All right, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch them up now if you want. Good luck to both of you.
When they face off, Chris, you can see it's hard to believe these guys are fighting at the same weight. LeBlanc much, much bigger. We'll see if that translates into power.
Yeah, we're going to see the athleticism. I think he's going to have to use that in his favor here. As being a catch weight bout, definitely both guys are probably looking to find their weight classes. It's another part of this amateur division.
Yeah, very true. You don't just learn how to fight, you learn how to cut. Bernard trying to find his way inside, but you see the footwork. LeBlanc trying to keep him at a distance.
Yeah, and unlike the other fights we've seen so far, these guys are given a little more space and a little more timing, and each guy is trying to work their game.
LeBlanc taking a lot of risks with his hands. You see Bernard fighting hard for that single leg. Keeping him against the fence. That's what you want to do against a bigger guy. Make him kind of carry your weight, hopefully wear him out.
Yeah, and Isaiah's working really hard for this position and this takedown, and it's important to be efficient with it because you can tire yourself out just, trying for these sometimes. So
Bernard pawing at his eye. He's eating some big shots right now. Trying to fire back, but LeBlanc showing a lot of confidence. You see the mugging. He jabs and then he moves. Good timing on that takedown, but he needs to finish. Now, as soon as it's on the ground, he cannot punch to the head.
Yeah, you could see him pulling his punch there. He was ready to let it go, but good patience and on his behalf.
You saw the deep half guard of Bernard. Tried to come out the back door, but looked to the fence. Finally getting the takedown. But remember, it's only 3-minute rounds. Doesn't have a lot of time to work.
Yeah, Bernard, and now, look, he's right back up to his feet. So Bernard's got him down again. We'll see if he can use that jiu-jitsu because he needs to make something work for himself here.
Yeah, he's already around the guard. Problem is, it's hard to keep someone down in the fence, and he pops right back up to his feet.
And you can see the athleticism from LeBlanc there when he gets taken down and he can just post and just use that frame to stand right up.
Bernard wants to get the takedown, but against the fence, it's easy to pop back to your feet. Needs to get that trip in the middle. And LeBlanc, a lot bigger and stronger.
Yeah, big thing that I preach to guys in the wrestling, especially in MMA, is head position. And you really got to have that head in the position. It's not enough to lock on the body because the separation now, Josh is right back to, Josh LeBlanc is running the show on the center of the ring again, cage, sorry.
He talks about the Taekwondo and his angles and his kicks, but it's been almost all punches from LeBlanc. Oh, beautiful body work. Those shots are hurting him. Only 10 seconds left. Isaiah Bernard just not having any success so far in this fight.
The other thing as well is the southpaw versus orthodox.
Did he just stop it? The referee just waved his arms.
A little confusion.
A little bit of confusion there. He was pointing to something. No, they are not. They are closing the door again. I don't know if there was a foul. He threw a leg kick. I don't know if it was a cup shot. And also, it was toward the end of the round, so the round might be over. See if we can get a little clarification here.
I thought I heard the horn for the round, but I could have been mistaken.
I thought I heard the 10-second horn. There's a horn for 10 seconds. Looks like they're going to go for another couple seconds, and that's the end of the round. And that is it. He wanted to let the clock go down. Don't know what Bernard was complaining about, but the fight will go on. And that is a bad first round for Isaiah Bernard. LeBlanc all over him.
Yeah, he was really using that range and wasn't allowing Bernard to get on his hips and really establish that tight position to get him taken down. And in the couple times that Bernard was successful, LeBlanc was able to just bounce right back up.
Another thing, Josh LeBlanc dropping his hands a lot, mugging, hands very, very low. And Isaiah Bernard not able to take advantage of that, not able to give him a hook to make him think, hey, you got to keep your hands up. And it's going to be hard for him to hurt LeBlanc's confidence.
Yeah, you clearly can see what the game plan is for Bernard in that first round. Even when he had the opportunity maybe to try to pick some shots, like you said, LeBlanc had his hands down, and Bernard wasn't even trying to exploit that. It was all about close the distance and let's try to get this fight to the ground.
But LeBlanc, though, looking very, very fresh right now, pacing like he can't wait to get started. Well, he had a good first round. I'd be excited, too.
So let's see if Bernard can get something going here.
Pulling guard, but he's not on the ground, so he can punch him in the face. LeBlanc just holding him up and teeing off on the ribs. Going for the sweep. He won't get it. It's a gutsy move, pulling guard early.
And that's got to be tough for Bernard when, pulling guard and you still can't even get the guy to the ground. That's a tough pill to swallow.
He's got him against the fence with some exchange of punches, but we see the size disparity. Even an exchange of punches is not a good deal for Bernard. And they're going to check the cut under the eye. It is under the eye. Doesn't look too bad, but we saw a cut stop the first fight. I don't think that would have been stopped in the pros. Remember, it's an amateur fight, so you never know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, are they concerned with the blood in the eye, or are they just, having the cut that close to the eye, do they just don't see it as being worth it? I'm not sure. But it
looks like we will continue. But Isaiah Bernard getting a little break here, but has yet to find a successful offense. Tried to pull guard early. That didn't work. His takedowns have been largely unsuccessful. Was able to back him up with a couple of punches, but when it comes to power, it's all on LeBlanc's side, it looks like.
Yeah, and if you're Bernard, what do you really do here? I mean, you could try to clinch maybe on the outside and try to pull guard again where you're not close to the cage. But he's going to have to find something here that's going to give him a little bit of momentum and confidence. He's walking him down, but he's just not having success. He's eating some shots here.
Walking without throwing is not a good combination. The problem is Bernard is doing a lot of that. As you said, walking him down, but his jab, not throwing combinations. You're walking right into the fire.
Yeah, and LeBlanc showing some really nice hands for more of a Taekwondo style fighter.
I think he may be trying to fool us, man.
Yeah.
He has some nice boxing.
Yeah.
Oh, complaining about an eye poke, but if the referee didn't see it, there is no eye poke. Bernard now trying to chase him down, but LeBlanc has enough footwork to get out of those positions and go right back to the 1-2 from that southpaw stance. And everything is landing.
Yeah, those are some big shots.
And no head movement from Bernard. So far, he's been a stationary target, Chris.
And sometimes it can be demoralizing for the guy who's actually, well, there you go.
Who's throwing punches and not working? Well,
Yeah,
the referee just stopped the fight.
Yeah, throwing punches and not taking a guy out. Sometimes that's tough pill for guys to swallow. Is am I being successful enough to do this? But he showed that he was, and the referee stops the fight.
And you saw no one punch was really the death blow. It was death of 1,000 cuts. The referee saw that Bernard could not get out of the way. Remember, it's an amateur fight. They're always going to stop it a little bit early, and LeBlanc threw a lot of great punches. All credit to him, Chris.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. The the first few fights that we've had here, just, the quality of stand-up and the aggression of the guys. Like, nobody's really coming in here too timid. They're going for broke, and there's a lot of skill at an amateur level. It's kind of nice to see.
We wondered if that size advantage would translate to power, if it would translate to speed, and it certainly did. When they traded punches, no comparison in that Isaiah Bernard just didn't have the firepower to keep up with Josh LeBlanc.
Definitely. The athleticism really shined through there for LeBlanc.
I'm doing what I can, folks. Remember, I'm from America, so that's LeBlanc to me. I'm doing what I can. I'm listening to the Canadians. It's not always easy for me. So much pretty when you say it, Chris. I think one thing Isaiah Bernard learned tonight is 165 just too heavy for him. Probably have to go down at least one weight class to be successful in further amateur fights, because Josh LeBlanc looks like a good-sized 170.
Yeah, definitely. That would be his, even 55 for LeBlanc. You see these guys now that they can cut weight better.
Yeah.
And, Bernard, probably just has to put some size on. He's got a fairly decent-sized frame, but he just has to figure that weight class out, and that's part of the amateur sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brad Jardine has called a stop to this match at 2 minutes and 26 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Josh LeBlanc. Josh, tell us how the fight went from your perspective. He was doing anything he could to get it on the ground. You weren't letting him close the distance.
No, we expected him to want to take it to the ground, but I was surprised he wanted to stand as much as he did. He's way tougher than we thought he was going to be. He took a lot of shots. Really wasn't expecting it to go to the second, but he's as tough as they come.
Hard work tonight, making your debut against a hometown fighter. Tell us about the people who prepared you for this fight.
My team's the best. As simple as that. The best training partners and the best coach. No, we knew we weren't going to be the fan favorites coming here, but we knew we were walking away with the dub no matter what, so we're happy.
Let's hear it for Josh LeBlanc, everybody, making his debut tonight, victorious at Fight League Atlantic.